Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. I never imagined that one careless instant could upend my entire world. But that night at dinner, when Ryan pressed play on a video I had no idea existed, everything I thought I knew about my marriage shattered in a heartbeat. My name is Emma. I'm 29 years old, and I've been married to Ryan for 4 years. I always believed our relationship was solid, flawed but genuine. Turns out I was completely wrong. A few weeks before that dinner, I started sensing something was off. Ryan had become distant, slow to reply to messages, avoiding conversations, shutting down discussions about our usual weekend plans. I chalked it up to work stress, but the way he looked at me made me feel like I was suddenly a stranger in my own home. Then came my friend's birthday party, a low-key night at a bar. I hadn't intended to drink much, but after a few glasses, the weight I'd been carrying eased slightly. That's when I saw him, Jason, an old college friend I hadn't seen in years. We started talking, laughing, reminiscing, and before I knew it, the flirting had begun. I knew it was dangerous, but feeling noticed, appreciated, and seen, something I hadn't felt in weeks, made me lower my guard. Then Jason leaned in and kissed me. It wasn't planned. It wasn't meaningful. It was a split-second lapse. I pulled back almost immediately, muttering that it shouldn't have happened. But kisses don't rewind. Mistakes don't erase themselves. The guilt hit me before I even left the bar. The next morning, it was louder than my heartbeat. I knew I had to confess to Ryan. When he came home that evening, I told him, voice trembling, hands icy. I kissed someone. It was foolish. I'm so sorry. He stared at me for a long moment. Just a kiss? He asked quietly. Yes, that's all. He nodded slowly. Thank you for telling me. His calmness felt like forgiveness, or at least the start of it. But I couldn't have been more wrong. A few nights later, we had a small dinner with friends, laughing, eating, pretending everything was normal. Then Ryan stood, connected his phone to the TV, and said, voice unervingly steady, I want to show you something. My stomach sank before the screen even lit up. There I was, vividly clear, leaning into Jason, kissing him longer, deeper, far more intimately than I remembered. Someone at the bar had recorded it. Every moment of my mistake played before our friends, who watched in stunned silence, whispering among themselves. My face burned. My hands trembled. I felt like the room had collapsed around me. Ryan, please, I choked. It didn't mean anything. He didn't answer. Not a word. Once everyone left, I confronted him. How did you even get that video? His expression was tired, defeated. Jason sent it to me, said I needed to know who I'm married to. That betrayal cut deeper than anything I had done. You humiliated me, I whispered. Why show it to everyone? Because I needed the truth, he replied sharply. I didn't know if you were being honest with me. That night, I realized just how badly trust had fractured between us. In the following days, I tried to explain, to apologize, to rebuild something that already felt scorched. But Ryan remained distant. The video had become a wound neither of us could ignore. A week later, I finally sat across from him at the kitchen table. Ryan, please, talk to me. Help me understand what you're feeling. He exhaled slowly. Emma. The kiss hurt, but what hurt more was everything behind it. You were lonely, upset, confused, and you didn't come to me. You acted like it wasn't serious. You didn't trust me enough to tell me before this happened. My voice broke. I was scared of losing you. I thought hiding it would protect us. You should have trusted me, he whispered. For the first time, I saw the weight of his pain. But it didn't end there. Ryan showed me the messages Jason had sent him. Bragging about the kiss, mocking Ryan, threatening to release more videos if Ryan didn't back off. Jason wasn't just a mistake. He was toxic, and he wanted to destroy what we had left. That's when Ryan suggested couples therapy. First, I resisted the idea, unwilling to expose our darkest moment to a stranger. But eventually, I agreed. Therapy didn't fix everything immediately, but it gave us space to speak without screaming, listen without shutting down, and understand without assuming the worst. Ryan admitted the video had broken something inside him, but he still wanted to try. I admitted how lonely and insecure I had been, and how desperately I wanted to repair the damage. Slowly, painfully, we began to rebuild. One afternoon, Ryan surprised me. He cleaned the house, made my favorite dinner, and left a note on the counter. I don't know what the future holds, but I am willing to fight for us. I cried reading that note. Not in sadness, but because for the first time in weeks, I felt hope. The memory of that kiss still lingers. There are moments when Ryan looks at me with a mixture of love and pain. Healing is slow. Forgiveness is complicated. But we are trying. And if this nightmare taught me anything, it's this. A single mistake doesn't have to define you. The journey back to trust is long, fragile, and demands complete honesty. Maybe one day that kiss will be just a distant memory, not the moment that nearly tore us apart.